Interaction and body. As you know, every single living thing accomplishes three vital functions: nutrition, interaction, and reproduction. Which systems take part in every function? For the function of nutrition, the digestive system, the respiratory system, the excretory system, and the circulatory system are very important. For the function of interaction, the nervous system, the five senses, and the locomotor system play an important part. And for the function of reproduction, we have the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system. For the past few months in the class, we have been talking about the function of nutrition. Now we will focus on the function of interaction. First of all, on the sense organs. These organs detect information from the environment, and our sensory neurons transmit this information to the brain. We have five senses: the sense of touching, whose organ is the skin; the sense of sight, whose organ is the eyeball; the sense of taste, whose organ is the tongue; the sense of smell, whose organ is the nose; and the sense of hearing, whose organ is the ear. Remember that our senses detect the information, but it's the brain, the one that interprets that information. The sense of sight, the eyeball. The sight is the ability of the eye to see objects around you. It is also the ability to perceive color, brightness, depth, shape, size, and so on. The eyeball is the organ that allows vision. It is an asymmetrical globe about the size of a ping-pong ball. Let's see the different parts of the eyeball. First, we have the cornea. It's a transparent dome. We see the iris, the color part, the pupil, black in the middle, the lens that sits behind the pupil, and at the back of the eye we find the retina, the blind spot, and the optic nerve. Now let's focus on the functions of the different parts of the eye. First of all, we find the cornea. The cornea is a transparent dome that covers the color part of the eye. The light enters your eyes through the cornea. The pupil. The pupil is the black circle at the center of the iris, which lets light enter the eye. The iris. It's muscle that makes the pupil bigger or smaller, controlling the amount of light inside. It is the color part of the eye. If a person has green eyes, it means he or she has a green iris. Remember, when it's dark, the pupil gets bigger so that light can enter the eye. When it is very sunny, very bright, the pupil makes smaller so that you can see things clear. Now we have the lens. The lens sits behind the iris and focuses the light, allowing images to be projected onto the retina. The retina is at the back of the eyeball. It is where the light should fall to create an image of what the eye sees. Then this image is sent to the brain through the optical nerve. Remember that it's the brain, the one that interprets the information and tells us what to do. The sense of smell and taste are directly connected because they use the same types of receptors. That's the reason why if one sense of smell is not functional, then the sense of taste will also not function because the relationship of the receptors. Let's start with the sense of smell. Others come from molecules in the air that stimulate receptors in the nose. The air enters our nose through our nostrils. We have two nostrils. Then it contacts with the receptors in the nose, which send signals to the olfactory bulb of the brain to create an appropriate response. Remember that the sense of smell gets worse with age. Let's talk about the sense of taste now. On the tongue. The receptor cells for taste are on the tongue inside each taste bud. The receptors detect 5 different tastes: bitter, sweet, salty, sour, and umami. Yes, umami. Umami is the savory taste of foods such as seaweed, cured fish, aged cheeses, and meats. As the sense of smell, the sense of taste also gets worse with age. The sense of touch. The organ of the sense of touch is the skin. The skin has 3 different layers. The middle one is called the dermis. The dermis contains nerves and tiny blood vessels. These nerves detect sensations such as temperature, pain, texture, and send this information to our brain using the nerves. Let's go now with the sense of hearing on the ear. First of all, we find the auditory canal, el canal auditivo in Spanish. At the end, we find the eardrum, the tímpano in Spanish. Then we have the 3 small bones. In Spanish, they are called martillo, yunque, y estribo. Then we have the semicircular canals, los canales semicirculares in Spanish. The auditory nerve that sends the information to the brain, that is el nervio auditivo. And then we find the cochlea. Let's see how the sound gets from your ear to your brain. First of all, sound waves enter our ear through the auditory canal and make the eardrum vibrate. Then, this vibration causes the 3 small bones in our middle ear to vibrate as well. When the vibration reaches the cochlea, the vibrations are transformed into electrical signals. The auditory nerve sends these signals to our brain. This is very important. The main function of the semicircular canals is to keep our balance and equilibrium.